Good morning, everybody. It's Tractorchute here. I've had my morning coffee, and I've decided it's time. I've waited long enough. Been looking at this game for the last couple days. I busted it out. Unfortunately, it said you must download files. Did so, and then loaded it up, so I was unable to see the actual skill level of these guys as it just loaded up with no names. It did the stupid load thing on the off screen. I don't know if you've ever seen it. If you load replays, it comes up with this little pop-up box that says load or something. Then you go to it, and you don't actually get to see who's in the game until you get into the game, so you don't get to see their skill level. So I don't question that because this game is labeled the most epic game ever. Let's get this baby going. In the lower right-hand corner, playing as the Alien Boys, it is your man, Legolax, for Team OftEle. OftEle on delay. Probably a Mexican. Probably not, actually, but either way, he could be. In the upper left-hand corner of this map, you will see the blue Terran man. He will be playing as Angerfist for Team HTID. HTID probably stands for something pretty sick, like have to ignite diapers. Probably not, but either way here, Tractorchute's just making up names. We are getting a little bit of a scout out of our good man Lego. Lego's going to get up through that front door quite easily. He's going to do exactly what I recommend when you're playing Terran, which is beat on their workers. Is more of a pain in the ass. Get a little bit of micro out of them to force their guy off the line there and actually come take you out. Doesn't actually hurt the Terran in the end. In fact, he does lose a very minimal mining time, and at least you force him to use a little bit of micro. The more micro you get your opponent to use in any given game is definitely an advantage to you. We do have a nice hatchery out on the field here, so it is a hatch first type build here. And if we take a look at our APM tab, we can judge by that. They're probably gold level players. I would have to say that could be silver as well. But either way, it's going to be high. We'll say high silver to gold. That is going to be our estimation based on experience and based on pure luck. We'll see here. We do have one gas up here, and finally spawning pool goes down. That full wall off has finished up at the other end here. He has lots of scouts all over the map. Is chasing that SCV down here. So the SCV will get chased out, and we are getting the overlords put into position here. So good map vision so far by our good man Lego. Orbital command is out for Angerfist there, so good for him as well there. Always good to have some orbitals out. They're pretty much a given. Are going to get one marine out here, leave that wall nice and lowered, and we are going to go back for a scout because we're not done yet. He says he's going to get back over to that base where he won't really see much other than the timing on that spawning pool, which is essentially nothing special. He didn't do anything early or anything like that. Yes, he doesn't actually know the timing of it as of yet, but does know there was a hatch first. So he pretty much knows what he wants to do from here. Knows he's not going to get rushed at all. So he's going to submit his SCV over here, basically make sure he doesn't take a third, or he's looking at the proxy. I'm not entirely sure. More than likely, he's probably looking at proxy. Otherwise, there's no other reason to have his SCV over there, and there's really no other reason to have it exercising like that. You only exercise your SCV if you're going to proxy. That's a Tractorchute tip of the day. There you go. Tractorchute's tip of the day. Exercise the SCV before you run that proxy. That way he builds it twice as fast. And the Overlord is going to scout either way over here. We'll see that SCV. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure if that's what the SCV was for, but he is standing over there doing that exercising thing, so that would be my estimation. Reactor is going down as well over here, and we are going with a second barracks, and he has the factory up as well. So doing a very decent build here from what I can see here, basically going with a 1-1 build, then into the second barracks. Second gas going up, and metabolic boost, as you can see up there, is on its way as well here. Does look like we are going to sit back for a little while here and relax. And there's the scout, does see the SCV. He's actually going to watch that SCV, make sure he gets some intel, some intelligence to send back to the Zerg Overlord. Zerg Overmind was the word I was looking for. Overminds, you guys remember that? That's from StarCraft 1, I do believe. They might even have it in this one. I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to the storyline. I just remember the Zerg Overminds from StarCraft 1. And there they are. They actually sent some dogs out to chase that SCV down, so he really didn't like it when the SCV was exercising in his location. So therefore, he took him out with a couple good dogs. Like I say, he's got the good map vision way over here with the Overlord above the base here. And Command Center is going down to get that expansion going in a couple seconds here. And is also going to start basically a 1-1-1 builder. In fact, he did get the second barracks out first. So not too bad so far here. I'm still not seeing the epicness of it, but either way, I'm sure it's to come. I have no doubt in my mind. Since I've received it, I've been on pins and needles to do it. So I'm waiting for this epicness here. We're going to sit back with our 2 Zergs in his natural here. They'll relax for a bit here. And we are going with the Nidus. It is Nidus time. And the epicness is commencing, and you have just put the biggest smile on Tractor Chute's face because he loves seeing Nidus canals go up there. You always know there's going to be something sick happening in the game. We do have a few dogs over here. I'm assuming they will be awaiting that Nidus. Also have a siege tank on the lower ground. I just got a little bit premature to have it down there already. Might as well keep them on the high ground just in case you do get an early attack. You might lose an unneeded siege tank. But to each their own. I mean, maybe if you want to start regarding that front ramp, which is what he's going to do here. That's a much better location for that siege tank as opposed to hiding in the little corner here. And there's the other one on the high ground here. Command center is going to get down there. It's going to plant itself at the natural. And we do have the queens out there doing larva injects. Nidus Canal has finished here. Medevacs are on the field here, so he could be looking to start some drops at any point in time if he wishes to do so. There's that landing command center. Very well done so far. We will sit back a little bit here and wait for him to use the Nidus network because I'm getting darn excited, and I'm waiting for that Overlord to fly over the base here, drop the Nidus, and make Tractor Chute smile again. The engineer bay is going down here, the second engineering bay, so he's going to look at getting the upgrades pounding out here. Still nothing coming out of the barracks at the front of the map. Not entirely sure why, but either way, we do have our combat shield and concussive shells. I was going to say no upgrades coming out of the barracks at the front, but it does have a reactor, so probably not going to build any upgrades. And here's some dogs going across the map here. They don't want to use the Nidus. They want to use the front door. Oh, they don't. No, don't use that front door. That hurts. All right, 2 siege tanks. They do melt pretty much all those dogs here. I'm not too sure what he was looking for. Maybe to get a little bit of scouting, but that's what your Overlord's for, son. Please send the Overlord into the base there. That will get you a little bit better scouting than losing a few dogs. But dogs are expendable, as I say, as they are only 50 bucks a pop, so why not waste them? So we'll sit back for a little bit here, and we will actually attack the drop, which we did catch in the back of our base, so didn't do a whole heck of a lot. But we'll make his way up to the upper area here and go to the main base here and see what kind of damage you can do up there. But at the same time, dogs with metabolic boosts to find in. We are medevacs with jetpacks get over there, and here we go. We're going to go to work here. There's a lot of dogs. It does end up leaving a Marauder, and Marauder does end up going down there, so didn't pick him up in time. Does see the Nidus Canal, and that should basically, hopefully it doesn't, but it should basically negate that Nidus Canal because he knows it's going to come now, so I'm assuming he's going to start planting some supply depots and that on the outside of his base there, because when you see that Nidus, it's the only place it's going to land. He is going to try and get a free Overlord kill over here, and he will do so quite easily. So very good drop there. Might as well definitely helps put your opponent at bay, and at the same time, you are supply blocked yourself, so I would start worrying about your own little supply there, my good man. So he's going to fly back to his base. Did a fairly decent job. Got a drop off, got some kills there, but that is a lot of banelings on the map. And we are ready for the time. I've been waiting for this. He's loading up that Nidus network. The Nidus network is full. Overlord is flying in position. And I don't know if he's got the vision. Let's take a look here. That isn't good at all. No. Oh, there's the vision. He sees it just now. So he's got the vision now. I do believe it was when the SCV got to the outside of the base there. So this is going to go up here, and it is too late now. You better get everything up there. He does have the one. Oh, so everything's on the lower ground. This is big trouble, especially when the banelings hit the field here. Does cancel both those buildings, so good cancel there. Like I say, it does look like he is supply blocked here other than the tank that is coming out here. Banelings are on the field. They're going to do a ton of damage to these Marine Marauder army here. This is great big trouble here. Pretty much kills that entire army. He does have the siege tanks still. Siege tanks are on the lower ground. I don't know if this is it. This could be it. This does look like it might be it. That's a lot of dogs. He might have to force himself back to his natural. Needs to get over, get this tank before it gets sieged up here. And he's going to do exactly that there. They do end up taking out that tank here. Banelings are going off like crazy. All he's got left is one tank on the low ground. Low ground is trying to get into position here. Dogs are following him down the bottom of the ramp. Needs to be microing some more dogs at the base there. That's a lot of banelings just staring. I don't know what the banelings are doing. They're just staring at the base there. Siege tank is in position. Of course, it's got vision with all the buildings up there. So he's going to fly off everything, which is exactly what he needs to do. And needs to reestablish down here. Essentially would be his best move. Maybe plant one more bunker. The 2 siege tanks should definitely keep that front door guarded off here. What the hell? Apparently he's still going to land it right outside here. All these banelings are just standing here. I don't know if they thought they won the game. They're not doing anything. There we go. Now we're finally going off. Does have forced him to fly off there again here, but he is losing a lot of those banelings to these siege tanks. Don't know if that was the best use of them. Might want to try to have killed the command center. But either way, that attack did a fairly good job. You know, it definitely put him way up in the game here. He does have his third hatchery out at the same time, so did expand off of that attack. So very decent move there. So could look to go one more time if you choose to do so. Macro hatch also going down. Upgrades buildings are going down here, as we do have the evil chamber. And we are going to pump ourselves out some more banelings here. We might even try it one more time. The vision's still not over there as he killed half the buildings in the base here. But of course, when you're Terran, the biggest advantage you got there are the mules. So he's going to get right back in it with the mules. He's got 2 orbitals out. They're going to pump the mules. If we take a look at the income tab, you'll see it's even again. So like I say, due to the fact he did take out a good portion of the army here. But like I say, they're right back, they're right back to even in the army count as well here. But fairly decent attack. It did its job, did what it needed to do. Forced his opponent off the line, killed pretty much most of his SCVs, killed most of his army, and I do believe it forced the cancel on a couple buildings there as well. So definitely helped out a lot. But at the same time, we are pretty much back to even, and we are getting dropped on. This is never fun when you're playing Terran. They can be more of a pain in the ass here, but he did save a hatchery. So very good save on that hatchery here. That was the last thing he needed, was to lose a hatchery. But at the same time, this is a piss poor location to try and defend, especially on drops. Yeah, 2 different ones. You got to drop some spine guards or spore cards down. Otherwise, his opponent's going to continue to go back and forth here and force him the micro like crazy. But at the same time, they're both having the micro here. And he actually did end up knocking down that medevac there. Oh, the queen was here. I'm looking around like, what the f did the medevac do? Press the blow me up button? But no, the queen actually got him from the high ground there. So very well done there. Does end up killing off that marine. And like I say, he's got the macro hatch. So 4 hatcheries altogether here. And does end up finishing off that attack here. At the other end here, like I say, he's finishing up with that command center. He's getting another barracks on the field here. Take a look at our building tab for our good old Terran player who did get attacked pretty bad. Has 1 factory, 1 starport, the 2 engineering base, and 3 barracks. Opponent sitting on 3 evils. Very well done. Does have the roach worn out. Isn't really using it so far. Spore core, 3 hatcheries, and 1 layer. Of course, the baneling nest as well there. So very well done by both these guys. They're back to even. I'm going to sit back and relax for a bit. But some of the dogs are coming across the map here. A few dogs getting a little bit overly excited. Don't know if they're going to do a whole heck of a lot. They're basically looking for the 3rd is what they're doing. And they see it's not out as of yet. At least it's not there. It could be hidden, of course. But if he doesn't see it there, he's pretty happy there. Dogs do come in. They are expendable, of course. So it just blows them all up there to the sea tank and the bunch of Marines that were standing up there. So we're going to macro up for a bit here. Does have these spore cars in the mineral lines here. So very well done there. Spore cars there. So he's basically fended off from the drops. That's enough spore cars. Nothing in the main. Not too sure why. Hopefully he doesn't get dropped on there. Infestation pit is coming down. Very interesting here. I always like to see that infestation pit could lead into some swarm hosts. Obviously infestors, or could lead us right in the hive technology. We'll soon find out here. So he's going to sit back and relax for a bit while he builds up himself a mass amount of dogs here. It looks like he's giving up on the drops here. He can't drop anyways as it is fended off there. So he can't drop anywhere useful anyways. That would be sneaky. There's another starport. So double starports going down. Are getting another barracks down. Oh, triple starport. I'm sorry, I missed one. Couple, or at least 1 idle SCV. Might want to get him out in the go here. And Stimpack just coming, which is very late. The 18-minute mark does get Stimpack out here. 4th hatchery going down for Lego there. So very well done by Lego. Anger over here is going to sit back and relax. He's basically, he hasn't been the aggressor at all. He's done a couple drops there. Well, actually, I can't say that, sorry. He actually has been fairly aggressive. Both these guys actually have been very aggressive. They kept it entertaining. I'm going to say he hasn't been, but then I remember all the drops he's been doing. And he's looking to do 1 more here as 8 more Marines loaded up here. And he is going to fly himself in here. He will be able to drop quite easily. This part does need to get a spore crawler on there. Does have the 2 over on this side of the base here. But of course, that's not going to help a lot unless your opponent really takes the long route over there. Oh, but it might. There, he did just got out of range here. So they're going to drop down there. Not too sure if they might want to move in and get some kills on the drones there, because I don't know if they're going to be able to target this down in time. Oh, doesn't quite work out for him there. It saved himself a baneling, though. It looked like he was going to lose a baneling. There's the spore car chasing him out there. So not bad location, like I say. Might want to get 1 more up there somewhere in there. And they are basically going to follow that medevac here. And there's the roaches on the field finally here. So roaches, 25 of them to be exact, finally. I was going to say, what am I saying finally for? He's already got 25 of them on the field. There you go. Tractor chute. I had no idea. We have 1 Hellbat on the field as well. 3 siege tanks. 2 Hellbats, sorry. 3 siege tanks. 1 Marauder and 44 Marines. Both these guys are approaching the midway point here of their army. Just over top of that here. So we will slowly progress to 200 here. It does look like here. But at the same time, while they got the 200 there, actually didn't do a lot of back and forth, which is awesome to see. Always like to see that action. We're dropping turrets all over in the base up here for our good man Anger. There's the fourth hatch going, or fifth hatch, I guess, but fourth base going down for our good man Lego. Lego does have his hive technology, so that is exactly what he was doing with it here. Take a look at the proto tab here. We do have ourselves with a good old 222 coming for the upgrades there. And the Ultralist Cavern will be our choice of hive technology here. Like I say, it does have a boatload of our good old banelings on the map here, 42 to be exact. And I actually did want to see one more thing in the good old production tab here. It does look like we are 2 and 2 for our Terran as well, and getting vehicle level 1 for the ship plating there. So we will sit back. There's the 3-3 as you can see as well there. So very well done here. And we can go back to our units tab. Sit back and relax as we do see it is burrow time, and it's time to move ourselves across the map, unbeknown, invisible. But like I say, I haven't said yet, but you do play Terran. It doesn't help a lot there to be burrowed, as they do have orbitals and they'll just scan. They basically have free scouting or free detection, I guess you can say there. There's a ton more banelings, 58 banelings on this map here. Definitely likes the banelings, likes to have the sensor tower out there. That'll help him a lot. I do believe sensor towers will detect anything you can see. They won't detect burrowing units, I do not believe, but I could be wrong. But as far as I know, they're not going to detect a burrowing unit. Yeah, no, it doesn't at all there, from what I can see. So, won't help for that, but it will definitely help to see when his opponent comes in the area here, which is what it's doing right now. So he knows the opponent has a little moving red square on the map here, but that red square is expendable, more or less. He was looking to see what was at the front door. You were at the 22-minute mark, son. What do you expect to see at the front door? So it ends up going down, basically, but that's all he wanted to see. Kind of wanted to get a good idea of the unit composition at the front door. So knows there's quite a few siege tanks. Did manage to see himself some Hellbats, and knows it's Marine Marauder. A little bit surprised we don't have a heavier medevac count at all here. For that amount of Marine Marauder Hellbat, you gotta have medevacs on the field to support them there. Otherwise, there's not gonna do you a whole heck of a lot of good there. But on the way, we are gonna get our fourth base down here, and we are dropping again here. A couple of Hellbats in this drop here. They're gonna clean up a lot of drones. Wowzer, good for you. You see how useful that spray is with these Hellbats here. They're gonna melt every single one of these. I'm not too sure what Lego's doing, but Lego is late to the party, as he has already lost it. He will lose every single one of these except for 2, it does look like. So saved himself 2. If you want to take a look at the worker loss count, you do see it is fairly even, 31 to 27. Of course, that 27 coming mainly off that big baneling drop that happened there. But the boys have arrived. These are the boys, my favorite unit in the game. If I had to pick any unit, these are definitely them, and I would think a lot of people would say that. The Ultralist. Favorite looking unit, I will say. Not my favorite used unit, because I don't play a lot of Zerg, but favorite looking unit, and you can see we are dropping left, right, and center with these Hellbats. Like I said, would have been more useful maybe if you had 2 or 3 medevacs carrying these around here. Would have been able to do a lot more damage, killed off drones a lot quicker there. But otherwise, the opponent's deciding to move out here. He says it's time. He's got a lot of banelings, got a lot of Ultralists. Still getting dropped on over here, but as you can see, his opponent is going in for the attack, so he's not too concerned. The lack of creep spread is another thing I will point out. Definitely wants to get some more creep on the map there. Definitely help with speed. There's the vision. Very good scan. He did the scan because you can see with the sensor tower, so the combination of the sensor tower with the scan helps him to see exactly what army's coming his way here. But at this point, I don't think it's going to help him at all to do anything. He doesn't have time. He's basically got to stick with what he has, which is a very good wall-off. Very good army. That wall-off does end up going off. He's got to move everybody up the ramp so he can get these ultras in there for some slicing damage here. But ultras are stuck in the back. But they're going to go to work on the siege tank. That's what they need to take out here. And they're going to try and slice and dice. Good micro. You see the micro. You see the stutter steps. That's exactly what you need to do. They're going to melt away here. Basically, both these armies stayed pretty even throughout that engagement here. They're going to melt the rest of these Ultralists here. Roaches are going to work here. One Ultralist does end up getting up that ramp here. He's going to go to work. Actually, he did come out a little bit ahead. The Angerfist did there. He came out a little bit ahead on that one there. 118.84 is left for food count. Does have vision with the Raven, and he is going to push with the counterattack. Always a good move when you get a mass engagement like that and you pull off the win there. So he's going to come back here. But at the same time, we have way too many banelings come out. They should easily negate this army here, as they will be done by the time this army gets down here. So this army will go to work here. Like I say, with the lack of medevacs, is making this army not quite as scary as what they could be. So might want to get some more medevacs over here. Still 1 medevac, so nothing more than that. There does have the 2 Ravens, so might be looking to do some secret missiles or maybe some point defense drones. So, oh, wow. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. He just lost a massive amount of units to these banelings here. Banelings are continuing. Marines are like, fuck this. I'm getting back to my base here. This is horseshit. Over here we do have some, there's our auto turret going down there, and we do have a couple Marine Marauders going at her. At the same time, we have a lot of banelings heading up here. They clear through the Hellbats there, and they go to work, basically take out most of that Marine Marauder army, or at least as much as they could. And the Ultralists have hit the field. 4 Ultralists on the field here. Both these armies are back to about even here. We do have, if you want to take a look at the count here, 1 Raven, 20 Marines, 8 Marauders, 3 Hellbats, back up to 26 Marines. And that's about it. 1 medevac still. Like I said, the lack of medevacs is the only thing I would point out here that does need to be improved, and creep spread as well. Other than that, both these guys are very decent. Very entertaining to watch, but we have 8 Ultras on the field. Nothing to support the Ultras, though, at all. But at the same time, he knows there is no air on the field, so these Ultras should do quite fine. They are fully upgraded. Can't get much stronger than that. You can't get any stronger than that. Let's go that way. And there we go. Double gas has reestablished that 4th base. It is back up and fully running here. Has a few spine crawlers down here to support this here. And the 5th hatchet's going down here. But at the same time, we also have the 4th command center down at the other end here. So if we take a look over here, we're sticking to the Marine Marauder Hellbat army here. That needs to at least triple those medevacs. Gonna have at least, I would say, at least 6 medevacs for that army. Even 4 or 5 would be decent, but just way too many Marine Marauders for the lack of medevacs there. But either way, we can sit back here, relax for a bit here. 26 dogs have came on the field to support these Ultralists here, so the Ultras are into the vision of there again. So of course he runs another scan, and we're going to go back to Ultra/Banelings as the Banelings are ready to pump their way out here. And we do have the army all establishing themselves at the top of the ramp here. Medevac count has established at 3 now, so he's got at least 3 of them out here, and he is looking to go now. You got no other choice other to engage, as you can see how quickly they slice through those Hellbats here. Take a look at the count. He's only at 2 upgrades. Of course, we do have all the upgrades for our Zerg units here, and they're going to try and make their way up the ramp here. It doesn't have any siege tanks. This could actually be a lot of trouble here. We'll drop down a point defense drone. That won't take long for them to clean up here. And now they're going to go to work on that stimmed up army. Oh, he had to pick them up there, left a few of them down the ground. They sliced and diced. Where are you going? Turn them around. They're going to go back up the ramp here. Then they're going to continue to do a lot of damage. This is just a ton of Ultras. They're going to slice and dice this army quite easily. Will easily massacre through them. I don't know how he's going to defend this. This is a lot of Ultras up here, and they're slicing and dicing everything here. Got a few in behind the buildings here. I don't know. This could be very big trouble. Going to try to go to work on the Hellbats here, but does have him at a little bit of a choke point, so that definitely won't help at all here. And he does continue to have the Ravens. Ravens need to maybe drop secret missiles, something like that. Point defense drones I don't think are overly useful against Ultras at all. Ultras are going to come down here, and we'll start to work on this. There's the secret missiles. You can see when the Ultras turn bright red, you know a secret missile is coming down on them here. And that is a ton of Ravens there. It does have 4 Ravens on the field here, but they're going to go to work in the middle line here. They're going to go to work, maybe take out that command center. With that amount of damage, they might be able to do so as they are slicing and dicing those SCVs left, right, and center here. Really doing a good job in that middle line here. Also over here, we do have the dogs attacking. They're taking out everything they can here, and they do have the Ravens, which will take care of them with point defense drones or secret missiles. And he also has the Marine Marauder army to clean that up here. But at the same time, he's got to get this cleaned up. Surprised he didn't fly that command center off there. So took a loss of $400 building loss, which doesn't help him at all here. So he's going to look around here, sees there's nothing left to kill. But he could come over here and kill that assimilator, which is looks like what he's going to do here. So he's going to go to work on that there. And at the same time, there's a lot more dogs coming up. So he's continuing to macro up a bit, which is very good. That's what you always need to do when you're doing big attacks. But look at all those secret missiles coming down here. Here we go. Secret missiles are going to hit the field here and do a lot of damage. But like I say, if anybody's going to take damage from secret missiles in this game and do good against it, it is an Ultralisk. Best unit in the game. It is absorbing damage, and they are doing what they need to do here. We'll go to work with that auto turret and build a lot more Banelings. So gonna try and clean this up here. We're still even in food count, as you can see. So his opponent here, our good man Anger, is definitely doing a decent job here. He's keeping up in the game here. Does get stim pack off here. Does have a lot of Marauders, which is what he needs. Got some Marines loading up the medevacs. Is he looking to counter and possibly base race if he has to? Oh, all these Banelings are going to go down. Basically, every Baneling going down to the army here, and he will have to micro a bit here to avoid losing his armies to the Banelings here. And here we go. The counter's on here. Anger's a little pissed off here, as he should be, known by his name of Anger. He's going to head down here. He's going to try and drop himself in the base here and force his opponent back, force his opponent to micro, force his opponent to think about something else other than attacking his ass. So here we go. We're going to go to work on our, basically our 4th, I guess you can call this, in the third location for the opponent here. Does end up taking that out quite easily there. Looks like he picks everybody up there. We'll go for the next base, which looks to be the main. Very smart. Get rid of those production buildings, what I recommend here. A lot of ultras about to pop out. This might not be the surprise you want, son. Secret missiles are trying to go down on those building units. Dogs are coming down. They do hit them, but of course those larva eggs are so freaking tough. It's ridiculous. And they do get time to hatch. This is not the surprise he wanted. That is a lot of ultras. All 4 of them are up here. They do force them back into the medevacs here. So they're going to sit in the medevacs and fly around here, figure out where they want to go. Look at that. Holy 10 ultras on the field. And we are going to Nidus Canal these boys. This is going to get good fast. We're going to drop those down there. We do have the 3 medevacs as well loaded up here. They're all going to try and do what they can over here at the other end here. But at the same time, this is not going to be a good surprise. There's a bit of a choke point. All these auto turrets will help them. Might get trapped in behind the Nidus network there with that choke point. This really sucks. He needs to slice and dice and move everybody through here. There's not a lot of room they can get in there. Hopefully they massacre through these buildings. That will definitely help them out quite a bit here. Is sending back all the medevacs with the army here. Is going to work at cleaning up this base very, very well. All these ultras have now gotten out of that choke point here, and they're really going to work. Of course, they can't attack those ravens. The ravens will continue to drop secret missiles. Wow, look at that amount of seekers. Took out one of the ultras, basically took out the second ultra. The second ultra is down to barely any hit points there, 29 hit points to be exact here. And he is looking just to clean house on this base here. Finally cleans up that Nidus network there, so nothing else can come through there. And he's just going to go to work here. Not flying any buildings off, a little bit of a surprise. Has a lot of Hellbats in production here. It is very even, 99 to 70 in food. Has his Hellbat Marine Marauder army over here. A ton of ravens, 8 ravens altogether to be exact. And we are going to sit here and fly above those ultras until we get some energy back here. Maybe drop some more seekers on them. Another Nidus network coming out here. Marine is trying to take it out there, but of course the ultras come over to clean that up here. And they might actually seeker missile it. We'll soon find out. They're actually going to send auto turrets down here. Does clean it up, so very well done by a good man. Anger, good defend. And of course, at the same time, he does have planetary over here, ends up getting an orbital over here, and is going to drop down some more production buildings, as he did lose a lot of production buildings there. At the other end, he basically kept everything, I do believe here. Let's take a look at our structures tab, actually. Infestation pit, also, yeah, so didn't lose any of his production buildings, so very well done by our good man, Lego. And Lego says, wow, he is impressed by his own gameplay. I don't know. Both of them are actually impressed. I always like to see that. Love to see it. And hopefully, no matter who wins or loses, we get a GG out of this one. Always good to see. And both these guys want this base here. Of course, our good man Anger is going to come down here. He's going to see that is not going to happen for him, as Lego has established this base over here. And we should team up, he says. Yeah, I would agree, actually. Both of you guys are very good players. You guys would be pretty sick ZT combo, if you ask me. ZT, I like it. Unstoppable we would be. Now we're going to sit back and pat ourselves on the back for a few minutes here, apparently. Tell each other how good you are. Maybe bro hug it out. We have besties now. We have made friends in StarCraft 2. Has forgot to put a rally point over here, it looks like. So he's got a few standing around SCVs anyways here. And it is Raven time to move out here. I always love seeing Ravens. They're always underutilized. It really takes a higher end player to use a Raven decently, which is exactly what Anger is doing, it appears. He's done very well with the Ravens this game here. So he is a decent player, and you can control my Ravens any day of the week, son. So he does realize this has been taken over here. So that pisses the Ravens off. They're going to drop turrets everywhere down here. And, of course, this should easily clean up this base here. I'm not too sure if it'll have enough to take out the hatchery, but it'll be very close. He will clean up all these drones quite easily here. And, of course, it's exactly what they are going to do here. And then they will go to work on the hatchery here and try and take it out as best they can. At the same time, we did get a big attack over here. I have a bunch of dogs standing around over here. They're going to work very decently here. We'll clean up a lot of these SCVs here. So SCVs end up going down here. At the same time, this hatchery is slowly going down. Few drones over here. They're wondering what to do here. Well, maybe take that $400, build a hatchery, son. But of course, he's trying to manage all these dogs over here. And another Nidus network. I always like to see that. We'd have 4 ultras on the field here, 19 banelings. So I imagine that is what's going to come through the front door over here. We could probably even find that out by looking over here. Yes, it is exactly what we were going to get down here. All the banelings and all of the good old ultras here. But of course, the main has been moved almost over to here. Well, not really, actually. He's got a lot of production buildings over here, but he's going to fly all them off, obviously, without any sort of air air attacking here, he can't do a whole heck of a lot other than attack what is on the ground, which will be all the add-ons by the looks of it here, as everything is floating except for the one starport and the one barracks over here. Two barracks actually aren't floating here. So he's going to go to work and clean up everything he can, being add-ons obviously, and he's going to move out. This is not good at all as Anger's moving out, and Anger looks pretty damn angry, and he has a very massive food lead at this point. His army is just massive. This isn't going to look good at all. Medevac count is there. Ravens are there. I think this is going to be it here. It doesn't look promising for Lego, but at the same time, Lego's going to come. He does have a decent army, but so we'll see what he does here. Like I say, that army is a very good composition here. And here we go. A couple stutter steps with Stim will easily clean this up here. And let's see how he handles this coming in the back door. Ravens scout it, though. The Ravens end up seeing it, so they know it's coming. And they're going to kind of stand here, and they're going to be the bodyguards, it looks like here. They're going to try and make sure they're going to drop Seekers, drop defense, whatever they need to do to try and fend this Marine Marauder or Hellbat army off here. And here they go, just keeping the air superiority here, making sure that he knows exactly where the army is air superior. He's trying to keep the vision over there is what he's doing here. And here he goes. He's going to see everybody coming in here. Needs to drop something. No! Flies over him. This is going to enable everybody to come up here. They're all going to come into the base here. They're all going to attack this army, and they're going to do a decent job. Look at the Baneling damage. Oh, just disgusting. You see how quickly we just evened that army out here. We are back to 93 to 66. All these Ravens dropping some secret missiles, trying to get some more Ultralisk kills here. There, they do launch them off there, do they? Oh, it doesn't look like it. No, those Ultras are damn fast. They end up escaping that quite easily here. And here we go. We have a lot of medevacs with nothing to heal now. So we will move back to the other end here with our Ultralisk / Baneling army and see what kind of damage we can do here. Still have the couple SCVs. They're standing here saying, my owner didn't tell me where the fuck to go, so I'm standing by the base here. So we are going to attack what we can. Everything is going to try and float off as best as can again here. And the Ravens are going to go to work with the secret missiles. They're going to try and drop down on these Ultralisks there. There you can see him exploding on the one over here. Pretty much killed this one over here. Just drop a turret down. You pretty much finish him off fairly easily here. Some more Seekers going down here. They'll try and clean up the rest of these Ultras here. Still just one Ultra here. There, that one finally goes down here. Another Ultra is pretty much dead over here. Needs to clean that up here. Only 30 hit points left on it here. But instead, we are going to stand here with the medevac, stare at it for a little bit. Meanwhile, the dogs over here, they're cleaning up, do end up taking an armory out there. And a couple Ultras will get in the back of the base here and do their best to clean up some of these supply depots. There goes one supply depot. Look at the damage they do. Just massacre through this here. Very well done. We'll take out another supply depot, and we'll take out the next one here. But, of course, I don't think food is a big issue. Here, you guys basically need to reestablish some bases here. And it does look like Anger's going to be a bit of an asshole. He's going to fly one to the back corner of the base here, which will help out a bit. Of course, that planetary will easily clean up the rest of those dogs there. Yeah, get that planetary off there. Will annoy his opponent, and the main reason is because his opponent doesn't have any air units. So if he does end up spending all the resources on the map, which might happen at the rate these guys are going, he won't have any way to get over there and kill it. So it will result in a draw at worst for Anger. And it does look like the Spire, so he is finally getting to an air-type unit here, so he can take out these Ravens here. And we are going to go to work on this base over here. This base still a lot of minerals left on it here, so anybody could really establish over here. So if Anger wants to build a base over there, he could definitely do so, but at the same time, he could drop this back down and get that reestablished. Nothing left over here, but does have a lot of SCVs that he could transfer over there. Try and take this out over here. Nothing left over here either. Wowzer, they basically mined everything out as far as the number 1, 2, and 3 base goes at their end of the map here. Lots of dogs running around here. They're just running into auto turrets. They're trying to take out some supply depots as best they can here. We are at 82 to 54 for our food count. You can see here we only have the 3 Marines, 11 Ravens, 6 dogs on the field here. Those are the only offensive units so far here. And there we are. We are also beating on some larvae too. So there you go. There's a bunch of transferring SCVs here. There's some transferring drones. And here at the end, we do have a little bit of a drop here. But, of course, now he realizes that the mutas are on the field. So mutas have made their presence known here. A lot of Ravens coming over here. He says laughing out loud. Apparently, Lego thinks it's funny. Not too sure what's funny when you're watching your main base go down. This isn't good at all. You don't give up. Hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo. What does hoo-hoo mean? You don't give up. Hoo-hoo. He says, no way, man. At the same time, Lego, I would think you're the one that's going down here. So that was a very good game. Very good. Wow, Lego even giving the GG. Doesn't look like these guys are going to chat for a little bit here as nobody's leaving. We are going to stand here, take out everything here. So, of course, Anger does look like he is going to get this win here. And it is well-deserved because he did himself one hell of a job in this game here. That was a very decent game. That Raven counter was really good. Didn't end up working for him in the end, but it was a very good move. Or, sorry, the Raven counter did work. I'm sorry. I was going to say that the Raven counter was a very good counter that ended up working for him here. That Ultralist, they did a lot of damage, but like I say, with the lack of being able to hurt the Ravens, definitely hurt them. Sometimes you can overpower with Ultras on the ground there, whether your opponent has air or not. Ultras can usually clean up in a base race, or at least turn it into a base race, or at least massacre the ground army very easily. But didn't happen this time, as these Ravens did a good job, and I will say, Anger, you did decent, but at the same time, Lego, I don't think, is giving up. Lego is actually going to work. He's got some mutas. I didn't see that. 12 mutas on the field here. So we're going to take all this out with our defense there, but he doesn't have any production buildings left to build anything, so he's going to have to stick with these mutas. And these mutas are really going to work. Actually, he does have a Spire, sorry. So he does have the Spire left, so he could continue to build mutas, but doesn't have the gas count. Needs to get that up there. He's trying to get out of here. Of course, all these turrets going down. These Ravens are getting annoying to him, but now he might start cleaning up the Ravens here. He's got quite a few mutas in the same location here. They need to get out of those turret fire there. They're going to do so. He's going to fly down here, take himself. And this game is not over. We thought it was over, but apparently we are getting back into a game here. These mutas are going to do the best they can. They need to take out these building SCVs so they get rid of the turrets. That's exactly what they're going to do here. So do get back over there. Do that. Here comes the Ravens, boys. They're going to go to work on the Ravens again here. Ravens almost overcommitted there. They push themselves a little bit far. Oh, the secret missiles are nasty when it comes to mutas. I will say that. Ended up blowing them all up there. There we go. Muta count is down to 0. And now, Lego, what do you got for us, son? Because now I think you got to give it up to Anger. Because Angerfist, I think, has finally got this game wrapped up here. We will sit back and see who's going to give in, if anybody's going to give in at all here, as we are basically sitting at an 85 to 37 food count. At the same time, we could get a ton of dogs coming out of Lego if he wishes to do so. Anger really needs to get some more minerals going, but he just dropped the mules down here. Take a look at his income tab. You'll see is much higher, about 980 to 680. So doing a decent job there. Going back to the units tab, Vikings are finally on the field. 4 more mutas have hit the field here. Of course, he needs to amass an amount of mutas if he's going to do anything with them here. But we're going to go to work, at least force them out of here. Of course, with the turrets on the ground there, that's not going to help a whole heck of a lot here. And here comes the Ravens over here. They're going to launch some more Seekers or turrets. Apparently not Seekers. We're going to launch some turrets. There's a Seeker missile ready to go off there. And is it going to actually go off and splash damage here? Here we go. Oh, that sucks. Yep. That sucks. It does end up blowing them all up here, but Lego trying to reestablish. He's trying to get another base going down here, another base over here as well. He does have the mineral count to basically drop hatcheries everywhere, and whether or not he loses 1 or 2, he could drop them all over the map and at least try to establish one of them out of the 2 or 3 that he ends up dropping here. But we will sit back and relax for a little bit longer here. Anger, as you can see, is taking a big lead, 105 to 29 here. So he could start establishing Marine Marauder, but he's not. He's actually going to go right to Widow Mines. Very interesting choice, as we are pretty late in the game here, but apparently Widow Mines is going to be the choice that he decides to go with and see what they can do here. Have a lot of long-distance miners, have a few Marines wandering around the map here. He is going to plant them down here, basically make sure nothing gets. So it looks like this is where he's going to reestablish his base here, as it is a fully functional place that he can start mining from. Dogs are over here. They end up cleaning up this army here. Down at this end, dogs are going to try and get in there, but that is way too many turrets, I think, here. Turrets are going to go to work here and do as much damage as they can. Maybe not, though. These dogs are actually doing decent. Dogs, of course, with the 3-3 upgrades, definitely a force to be reckoned with. So they do end up cleaning up that army here. At the same time, these Marines are trying to clean up the base over here. And we also have the Widow Mines getting over here. They're going to do a lot of damage to all these drones here. This is just a lot to pay attention to for his opponent, Lego, here. So Lego, I don't know if he's going to see these Widow Mines that have dropped in here. Widow Mines are going to work on the larva that's building here. Larva is building out some more dogs here. At the same time, that hatchery did end up going down at the other end of the field here. And up here, it does look like he probably had a couple more dogs left over. But either way, these Widow Mines are going to recharge themselves, but not in time. Needs to get an Overseer, needs to get something over there. But dogs do end up leaving. They're going to try and get up here. That's not going to go really well. Oh, maybe it will. I thought he had some more Widow Mines still buried up there. Apparently not, as these dogs are going to go to work again here. Not enough turrets on the map here, I don't think. No, that's way too many dogs here. They're going to try and clean up everything they can here. A lot more SCVs end up going down here. He's down to 35 SCVs now, so definitely not doing that good in the SCV count anymore. And over here, these Widow Mines have recharged many times. They're taking out basically all these drones, but this is almost mined out here. So he will try and clean it up with his with his turrets here. Dogs are coming out again here. So going to try and get some more dogs on the map there. These dogs are really doing a good job going to work on the SCVs. And we might have had a little bit of a reversal, but at the same time, it is 9-32. Has a lot of Vikings. So he could drop them down. Has a lot of Marines as well here, and a lot of Widow Mines. So Anger might actually end up pulling this out in the end here, but Lego is giving it a good effort. He might actually have a bit of a chance here, but at the same time there, well, actually, I don't know. I was going to say he doesn't have a lot of minerals or gas, but he does have a lot of minerals and gas, so he could very well pull it out. But, of course, when you have the Ravens that keep gaining energy and you're dropping turrets and it's not costing you any money, it sucks. You know, it sucks if you're the opponent. Lego is finally giving in. He is going to give it the GG. My congrats. And that was one epic game. I will say I thought we'd get to the end, and I was going to say this might not be the most epic game, but this was one of the most epic games ever. My congrats go out to you, Angerfist. My condolences to you, legolax. I leave you with this. It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till the fat lady eats the last donut. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.